for Adolphus Nwagbaras, Senator Adolphus Nwagbaras. He comes on. He was the former Senate President. Thank you.
Mr. President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, ably represented by the former, or rather by the Minister of Science and Technology, my dear brother, Dr. Buneonu, the Vice President here present, we welcome you. We're so happy to receive you here. The chairman of this great occasion, and of course the host, the author, my very good friend and successor in office, I will want to rely on the existing protocol for want of time. Permit me to express my profound gratitude to the author, Senator Ken Namani, for inviting me to this auspicious occasion, an event, because I have not read the book, but I think I could do a PhD dissertation on the title of the book, Standing Strong. Standing Strong clearly tells who the author is. Standing Strong tells who the author is. The impeccable character of this man called Senator Kenechukwu Namani. We are very, very proud, of you. I would want to state here that Nigeria owes you a big thank you, because you were an asset to Nigeria and you are still an asset to our nascent democracy. Without you, there won't be what we have here today. Without you, there wouldn't have been Yaradua. There wouldn't have been Jonathan, Goodluck Jonathan. And of course, there wouldn't have been our present president, Buhari. There wouldn't have been them, but you made it possible. So we owe you a very big thank you, and for which I'm standing here as the former number 3 citizen of this country. Yes, maybe thank God the last president of the Senate that resigned based on banana peels. There are no more banana peels in the Senate, so we thank God for that. That goes into history also. I want to say, Senator Ken Namani, that it is not the end. They've said it here. It is not the end. When you do things, you don't know where it's going to end. It's not the end. Continue being strong. And I want you, please, to continue being strong. Stand strong on the issue of insecurity in this country. You will recall that you were the chairman Senate Committee on Federal Character. You know exactly what federal character means in our Constitution. A situation in this country, with all due respect, where the security apparatus of the country is vested with one ethnic nationality. I mean, that's probably where we're having these problems. So please, your party and your government should look deep down and find solutions. And the solutions, in my humble and considered opinion, should include decentralization of the over-centralized security apparatus of this nation in the hands, in the hands of one ethnic nationality. I mean, the book reviewer mentioned your ties with America. If America had been left in the hands of the Red Indians, we won't be talking of America today, but the Red Indians are there, with the brains all over the world, including Nigerians. Nigerians are even part of the American dream, American government. So that's the type of thing we should apply, here. On the issue of the third term, I've not read the book. I still want to look at the book. But I believe that everything you said in that book, like Tafidas mentioned, is exactly what, is exactly what transpired. Some of us who aided you, some senators, Senator Ben Obi, late Senator Chukwumerije, and, name them. We've paid, we've paid the ultimate price. Particularly myself, I paid the ultimate price of one, not getting my national award because of the role I played, and of course, encountered 14 years of trial, which just ended some couple of months or so ago. So that is the price some of us have paid under your leadership, to make sure that this country, remains democratic. That this country remains democratic. And I want to end up, because there is no time, to thank the present president. The present president. I want to thank him immensely. Because if for not nursing the ambition, of a third term, I want to thank him, and I doff my heart for him. Because if he had such an ambition, with the current National Assembly we have today, that Namani is not the head, he will get it on a platter of gold. Yeah. So I thank him immensely for not losing that ambition. Having said so, we will be there for you. Keep standing strong. Keep standing strong. You don't know where it will end you. Thank you very much. Thank God.
Your Excellency, the former President of the Senate, former Chairman of the National Assembly, telling us how it was. Thank you also for standing strong. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, let me now welcome the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, represented here by the Honorable Minister for Science and Technology, Dr. Bunayano. But before then, let me welcome here the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Mr. Boss Mustafa, who also just joined us here. I welcome you, sir. So let me welcome the Honorable Science and Technology, Dr. Bunayano, who's representing His Excellency, the President. Honorable Minister, please.
Your Excellency, our Vice President, the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Chairman, General T.Y. Danjuma, distinguished and honorable members of the National Assembly, representatives of governors of states, our highly respected traditional rulers and spiritual fathers, distinguished guests, most respected ladies and gentlemen. Mr. President, President Muhammadu Buhari would have loved to be here personally, but due to pressing national issues, he asked me to represent him. I will now read his speech. I am happy to speak to you at the public presentation of a book by the former Senate President, Senator Ken Nnamani. I congratulate him for writing this book. The labor involved in writing such a book is enormous. Senator Ken Nnamani deserves our praise for this important action. The book, titled Standing Strong, discusses his leadership of the National Assembly at an important time in the history of our dear nation. We thank Senator Ken Nnamani and his colleagues at the National Assembly for standing strong in carrying out their constitutional duty in the defense of democracy in our dear nation, Nigeria. These efforts, along with several others made by the three arms and three tiers of government in the country, including the general public, helped to stabilize the polity in Nigeria up to date. We have had 22 uninterrupted years of democracy in this fourth republic, the longest since we obtained political independence in 1960. We had an elected president handing over power to another president elected from the same political party in 2007. In 2015, an opposition political party defeated a sitting president. Our democracy witnessed a smooth transfer of power from one political party to another. Our democracy is growing and can be said to be mature. Though we have multiple political parties, but two parties are dominant, with each present in each of the 6 geopolitical zones in the country. My administration will continue to promote, defend, and strengthen democracy in our country. We will continue to promote the rule of law in our dear nation. In the past 6 years, I have worked hard to rebuild our infrastructure. This is expected to lay a solid foundation for building an inclusive and irreversible industrial base that can help create wealth, generate employment, fight poverty, and strengthen our economy. My administration is building roads, rail lines in different parts of the country. We are modernizing our seaports, our airports, as well as improving our inland waterways. We are investing in our education and health. We are happy that our universities are improving in their ranking internationally. We are building dams to improve water supply to our farmers and also to aid sanitation. We have made tremendous progress in an effort to achieve food security. Our social welfare programs are targeting the poor and the most vulnerable in our society so as to improve their standard of living. My administration is determined to continue to fight poverty in our country. We have set up a special fund for our youths and continue to look after our women. My administration will be spending 0.5% of our gross domestic product, GDP, in promoting science, technology, and innovation. Already, our scientists are making contributions in solving many of our social, economic, and health problems. We are working hard to secure our environment, create the enabling environment for business to thrive, as well as promote trade with other countries. Our relationship with other countries has continued to improve as we now have many Nigerians holding important positions in international organizations. Nigeria cherishes a friendly and warm relationship with other nations. We continue to promote very cordial relationship with our neighbors, other African countries, and the rest of the world in order to accelerate national development. As a matter of policy, my administration took a firm decision at inception to complete projects started by previous administrations. Though this had not been the practice in the past, but this decision was taken to preserve scarce national resources for the common good and the benefit of all Nigerians. We considered it wasteful to abandon such projects to the detriment of the nation. I am happy that many of these projects are now completed. Our nation continues to have security challenges. This administration will not rest until Nigerians live in safety and are secure. We are constantly reviewing our strategies to continuously degrade the capability of all criminal elements in the country. We are creating strategic cooperation between our various military and paramilitary agencies for them to work together to fight crime and all criminal activities in the country. We are deploying adequate resources to strengthen the capacity and capability of our security forces. On behalf of the nation, I commend the gallantry and courage of our armed forces and other security agencies fighting crime in the country. The fight against insecurity is one that we will win. Nigeria must be peaceful, and Nigerians will live in safety and be secure. We thank Senator Ken Nnamani for writing this important book. I am happy that he has put down the experiences he acquired when he served the nation as Senate President and Chairman of the National Assembly. This book is very useful for all those who would like to study all the problems that our nation had at that period in our history. It is important that we all recognize that there is no nation on earth without problems. And there is no nation without problems at any given time in its history. In any nation, problems may differ from time to time. However, there will always be problems. No matter the problems confronting our dear nation, I want Nigerians to know that the future of our nation is bright. Let us never forget that the things that unite us are far more than those that divide us. We should continue to work together for the unity, the peace, security, and prosperity of our dear nation. May the Almighty God bless our dear nation, Nigeria.
Thank you. Please, another hand of applause for the presidential goodwill message from our president. Coming from that end, I want to introduce a very sharp man who shows a lot of intelligence and ability to think. Permit me at this point to introduce the son, the GCON, the Vice President of Nigeria, Professor Yemi Oshibanjo. A hand of applause for him as he comes.
Thank you very much. Members of the National Assembly present, members of the Federal Executive Council, Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Honorable Minister of Science and Technology, Honorable Minister of Foreign Affairs, and the Honorable Minister of the Niger Delta. Our host and former President of the Senate and the author of this book, Senator Ken Nnamani, GCON, Chairman of the occasion, General T.Y. Danjuma, GCON, Excellency, the Deputy Governor of Anambra State, Mr. Nke